walk yourself through it and see, okay, is this something that I can build on with this person, or are we really just friends and we just added sex to it, so we better stay friends?
Right.
And can I handle sex or not? And then it becomes your personal responsibility.
Yeah, no, true. I mean, that's all very, very true. Um, but this is the broader topic, and we'll leave from the specific question to the broader topic of the importance of good communication within yourself and with other people before, during, and after these interactions. Because, a lot of times women and a guy meet, and it's like we're attracted to each other. And the conversation is all about the attraction. I'm feeling you and you're feeling me. And we never ask, what does that mean to you? Because a lot of times a woman's like, I'm feeling you, like I'm looking at you like I possibly want to be with you. Like I want to have a relationship for you. I'm feeling you. I'm feeling.
No, I don't think we're talking about this now. I think we're really talking about friendships.
No, but that's, I'm saying that meme sparks the conversation. We're not talking about the friendship relationship thing. That was just an example of just moving on into the topic of how important it is to have understanding and clarity on what it is you're trying to accomplish when you're having sex with somebody or when you're about to have sex with somebody. Because a bigger issue is people end up having sex for different reasons. They don't communicate that. And then afterwards, it plays out. And that's where our friend was saying on Instagram about this, like, women will go in and have sex thinking that it's going to turn into some form of love and relationship. Men can have sex just because they want to have sex. And then afterwards, that starts to play out, meaning the woman starts looking for more of this, the man goes off with his life, and then the woman's like, he just used me, and the man's like, what the fuck? Like, we didn't even talk about this. You said you was feeling me, I was feeling you, we got together, we did our thing, now what? And neither of them are right or wrong, it's just they never communicated that. So what I would like to say to my women, or sensitive men like me, if you're going to have sex with the hopes of love, don't do that with somebody who just wants to fuck. Because it's,
Without talking.
well, without talking, a lot of times if you go, I want to have sex with you, and I'm feeling you, meaning like if I have sex with you, I want to have a relationship, and someone's like, well, I just want to fuck. A lot of times you're going to be like, yeah, no.
Right.
But that's the thing, is that conversation doesn't happen. So a lot of women end up having sex with men, and they're both having consensual sex, but they're not having it for the same reasons. They're not communicating what it means to have sex. And therefore, that's where the devil in the details is, as in, one person's assuming that if you're going to have sex with me, that means you love me and want to have a relationship with me, or at least you're interested in having a relationship. Where another could be like, you having sex to me means that you think I'm fucking hot and you want some of this, woo woo. And they both could be, they're right in their assumption, at least in their desire for that, but they're like, no one knows. So no one's at fault other than we didn't communicate this. But then a lot of times, the man gets looked at as like, oh, he's a player, he used me. And I'm like, the man probably was like thinking some sex shit, and maybe he didn't say, just so you know, like, I just want to have some sex. I feel you, but that doesn't mean I want to have a relationship. And the woman, on the other hand, is not saying, look, like, let me make sure this dude is about what I'm about before I fuck. Because they want to fuck too. They want to have sex. They want to do that. So a lot of times, women are culpable on their side as being like, I know women who are very, very smart, responsible, successful women who fuck men who aren't good for them. And a lot of times, part of that is they're not vetting these dudes. Like the dude seems cool, and the dude seems nice, which, to get that whoop-de-whoop, everyone's going to play to be in their best behavior. And there's a desire in the woman that wants something and ends up being like, like, I'm not sure, but like I'm feeling this and I kind of need something like this too. And they go into it, and then they smash too early, and then they find out later on that the dude wasn't about what the woman was about, and then the woman feels abused. It's like, I would just say to the woman, like, make sure this guy is about what you're about. And a big part of that is communicate with him what you're about. And when he nods and goes, yeah, for sure, use your intuition. And if you're not sure, wait. Stall that shit out. If he ain't about what you about, he'll leave. You know, like that's how I like to tell girls, like, if you want to see if the guy is serious about it, don't fuck. And then don't fuck some more. And if he's really about you, then you will have other things in common that will be as sexually stimulating. And that way you'll know. But if you don't wait and you fuck early because you want to fuck too, and you don't want to communicate, then it's fair game for everybody. You know, anything can happen if you don't communicate what's going to happen. That's before. Now, during, while you're fucking, not literally. I mean, it's good communication. Let's talk about that then. Let's talk about good communication during sex.
Don't look at me. I don't communicate.
Well, Eula,
Yes.
when you first have sex with somebody, how do you let them know what you like and what you don't like?
I just do what I like.
So what if he's like too rough with his hands? What do you?
I just slow it down.
You just grab his hand?
Yeah.
No words?
No.
So you communicate, it's just not verbally.
Right.
Just like sign language and shit,
Mm-hmm.
like signals.
Okay.
Yeah, it's true, actually. I'm trying to think, like, I mean, you could be very descript in email and in GChat, but I guess when it's go time, not as much. But lately more.
Well, it's different.
Why?
Why is it different lately?
Yeah.
Because how much more you and I talk in general.
Right. Yeah, that's true. And
Shocking.
yeah, and we'll go on that later. But yeah, so communication during sex is very important. Some form of communication, like, you know, women talk about a lot of times, you know, men go about this shit all wrong. We'll talk about how men fail in bed and how women fail in bed. But a lot of times you got to think of it as teamwork and not like Indiana Jones. Like, hopefully you know what pleases you and what doesn't, and you can help the guy get to those places. As hopefully as a guy, you know what you like and you can help the girl. But hopefully both parties are interested in pleasing the other person.
Right. Well, I mean, isn't that the definition of the sex act? Didn't I just read it?
Yeah, where they're both desiring to please it. Yeah.
Right.
Unfortunately, people aren't.
One with another for sexual gratification.
Right. Yeah, but you know, folks be going for self. Men be going for self.
Yeah, I have never been with anyone who is going for self.
Really?
Lucky.
You are an anomaly in so many ways. Like, most women that I know be like, men just be sometimes, they do it how they do it, and sometimes when you try to tell them or give them suggestions, they're kind of, you know.
I am lucky.
Or maybe you just like it how men like it because you got that man tendency inside of you. You just like getting banged up and just be done, and you know, like, you're not concerned.
That is so not true.
You know, you talk about how much of a you know, you wish you were a man. Maybe you just kind of relate to that more. But okay, so communicate. Help each other understand what works and what doesn't work, what's good and what's not good. Don't clam up. Don't be afraid to speak on it, man. Be like, yo, a little bit lower. Hey, that's too much on my clitoris. A little bit higher. Or you should cut your fingernails. That shit hurts. Or
I tell you that all the time.
it's your fault if they're not cut. So you're sadistic like that. And also, you know, good communication after sex. And this is what we're talking about. This can go about to the friend stuff and other things too. Is like, let's say the person is cool with friends with benefits until they have sex, and they thinking they're gonna fuck, but they actually got love. They felt like, ooh, they felt that warm, tingly feeling, and then their feelings change or they grow, but they don't communicate that. So, you know, what usually happens when people don't communicate it is they get uncomfortable, and they get weird and they start to assume like because they're both feeling some different energy, but if they don't talk about it, then it's like, oh shit, this is a weird dance, and that usually will cause a separation because no one's communicating shit. So to me, the first 5 minutes to 2 days, 3 days after you've had sex with a person for the first time is the most important, sensitive times to communicate, to make sense of what happened and what's changed. Because then it cements and people just assume and move on from there. So like, it's a very important time.
Well, you talk a lot before, so for you to get to the point of having sex, you have communicated a lot.
Yeah, and I talk a lot afterwards. Like when I would travel, and I would end up having sex with a girl. Like, dude, they probably got tired of me in the next few days, because I'm hypersensitive. I don't want them to feel like I don't care. So I would go out of my way to be very conscious to make sure that we had good conversation afterwards. That way they felt that, look, my vibe is still good. I still feel good about you. I still appreciate you. I'm not done with you as far as like I'm done. And a lot of times people don't talk or don't recap or don't say shit about it. And then depending on your past experiences, that time feels really weird. Like if you've had men who had sex with you and then changed on you, and then this person doesn't call you after that, then you're like, what the fuck? You know, so it's very sensitive. So I encourage men and women, like, yo, after you have sex with somebody for the first time, like have some conversation.
Listen to you, and all I can think is like, wow, I guess I have been that lucky. Totally this alien, 100%. Totally alien.
And this is why we are together and have a podcast. Because I'm an over talker and she's not. So
no, but it's like even the situation where like I've never felt used.
Well, your ego and your confidence is the reason why you never felt that. Because you're like, you get what you want to get. Don't give a fuck what if they felt that they was trying to use me or whatever. But that's not how it works. So, you know, it makes me wonder if you've ever really like loved somebody. But I know you have. So I won't say.
Wow.
I have never ever had that problem. What are feelings? So yeah, good communication all around. Damn, time does fly. Why don't we go ahead and take a break, a song break, and then we'll get back into the next part of this, the Black Russian Podcast. Joe. That's crazy. So good. 60. It's always like once it starts, it's always flows, but I'm always all nervous about it before it starts. Like enough time. I mean, if it's